Women's wellness is destroying the workplace. As more women do full-time work for corporations than ever before, we have seen a rise in counsellors, wellness programs and wellbeing champions in the workplace. So, have those at the top of business genuinely become gentler, kinder, softer and more feminine? Are corporations taking the time to care about the needs of their employees? Or instead, is it in their interest to make it look as though they care about the needs of their employees? Given the choice, what would genuinely improve a worker's well-being? Attending a wellness seminar with their work colleagues or having their salary increased? Give them wellness instead of a pay rise and that will shut them up and shut down their genuine concerns or complaints, and the corporation will save money. And because we live in a feminised society which tells us that our feelings and emotions are of supreme importance, they'll fall for it. Workplace wellness is an insincere con. What's more, should our well-being really be the business of our employer anyway? If your boss says to you, "We promote well-being here, you can open up to me anytime. I'm keen to know how you feel. My door is always open." This is either a lie or worse, a trap. It has to be a lie because, of course, you cannot express how you feel at work and your manager is not your friend. For most of us, if we truly expressed how we feel at work, we'd be out of a job pretty quickly. Why? Because it's work. It's not supposed to make us feel good all of the time. If we genuinely attended to our well-being, the first thing many of us would do is go home and put our feet up. You are not supposed to put yourself first or be your full self at work, and you're certainly not supposed to open up about how you feel. That's literally the complete opposite of being professional. Wellness is the antithesis of professionalism. Being professional means conducting yourself in a certain way, in a way that you wouldn't normally do in your personal life. So, when your manager invites you to open up to them, they may well be luring you into a false sense of security. Anything you say could be used against you.
NYPD free!
NYPD, keep your hands where we can see them!
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law.
Or with those you work with, or used to squash any future complaints or promotions you may seek. That is the purpose of it, to keep you under control. Yet we have a load of naive and misled men and women, but mostly women, lapping up this fake concern for their well-being as it pops up in their inbox from HR. On top of all of this, the wellness industry has taken over our universities.
Joe, what's in there? What's in there? Show me what's in there. Right, so let's have a look at this water bottle. What's it say? You've got this. Right, let's have a look at the cards. Right. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted, yeah? So some lovely... Oh, hey, everything will be okay. You're not even depressed, are you? It won't feel like this forever. What's that one say? Nope. Oh. I don't worry about things I cannot control. Do you see this? This is all just woke mental health bull. They're creating the mental health crisis in this country, right? What's that one say? I can't read it. You do you. I can. Bloody.
In line with government-sponsored initiatives like the University Mental Health Charter Programme and Student Minds, UK universities now offer expansive counselling and welfare services to cater to students' mental health needs. Alongside this, taught courses indulge the infantilism of young adults with trigger warnings, safe spaces and colouring books, with students increasingly citing their well-being and mental health problems as mitigating or accentuating circumstances ahead of exams. Again, why is this happening? What exactly is the purpose of going to university? Is it to improve your knowledge and skills or to improve your mood? It was once thought that university was supposed to prepare you for the workplace by making you sharper, smarter and more resilient. But do workplaces even want smart, resilient people anymore? Or do they want people that will tick DEI boxes, keep quiet and not challenge the new narratives of diversity, well-being and #BeKind? Does anyone even remember what innovation, competition and productivity even are anymore? Is it any wonder that we have record levels of people off sick from work? If the dominant culture continually pushes messages of wellness, that if work feels difficult, you may need to take time out to attend to your mental health, then why are we surprised that so many people are opting out of work altogether? Mental health issues are now the leading cause of long-term sick leave across the Western world. There are now 290,000 therapists employed in the UK. This is a figure that has doubled in the last decade. The number of professional therapists in America is growing faster than any other occupation. In Britain and across the Anglosphere, the rise in therapists has coincided with the rise of the concept of wellness. Given that growing mental health problems are outpacing the increase in therapists and programs devoted to wellness, all of this focus on well-being clearly isn't helping. And what about in our private lives? Does wellness have anything to offer us there? What even is wellness or well-being? The term well-being is now used to refer to all sorts of things: happiness, pleasure, socializing, traveling, walking, baking, exercising, sleeping, or even having a pet cat. Broadly speaking, the well-being industry, as I see it, is currently characterized by an emphasis on positive emotions. It focuses on creating a lifestyle or a way of living that cultivates a life of peace and tranquility. It encourages feeling calm, relaxed, at ease, happy, secure and comfortable. I genuinely believe that Kamala Harris's Joy campaign was influenced by the language of wellness. Alongside this, there is a turning away or a distraction from negative experiences or emotions such as anxiety and stress, and this reorientation towards a life of wellness is seemingly to be achieved via the self. In wellness books or relaxation retreats, it will not be long before you will hear phrases like self-care, self-love, self-actualization, self-soothing and being mindful of yourself, self, 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 me, me, me. And this leads us on to our second part of the problem with the well-being industry, is that it is an industry built on narcissism and consumerism. Since the first Global Wellness Day in 2012, yearly worldwide spending on wellness is up by $5.6 trillion. Given that most people turn to so-called wellness to help with their physical or mental health, we now see a shift away from patients seeking treatments to customers seeking products. And as they say, the customer is always right. So the work counsellor, therapist, YouTube influencer or wellness guru will give people exactly what they want and tell them exactly what they want to hear, rather than what would actually help them. Which begs the question, what kind of therapy actually is this? It would seem to me that it's good old-fashioned retail therapy. Scented candles, mental health apps, mindfulness journals, expensive juice drinks, yoga outfits, wellness retreats, aromatherapy oils, bath salts, and yes, of course, ever increasingly poor quality talking therapy. Is it the thrill of buying these things that is their actual therapy here? When people put photos of themselves in their lycra and meditation poses, is this wellness or is it wellness signalling? It would seem to me that rather than promoting peace and love, this is all just often geared towards promoting status, envy, competition, insecurity, and ultimately a product. And many women and some men are falling for it. There's also a tendency for it all to become a bit perfectionistic. Yes, sleeping well, eating well, exercising, and self-reflecting are important to an extent, but when it starts to become about ever increasingly niche ways to try to perfect these things, it ironically becomes unhealthy and obsessive. What's more, it often presents the building of resilience and totally neglects the fact that real happiness is often achieved through doing difficult things. It's when we push through difficult feelings and do something difficult which leads us to feelings of accomplishment and growth. This cannot be achieved solely from talking to a therapist. And if we overly focus on our well-being at work, we will never get the best out of ourselves.